Ayo, I'm fucking dumb over here.
Yeah. And we're walking
into the stupids. Let's go. All right, so today we're telling dumb high stories because we're a dumb couple of stoners, and that's a good part of the reason we're stupid. If we're being honest with ourselves here.
Yeah.
So all right, I found this stupid story. I absolutely fucking love this, dude. All right, so I feel like this is some shit I would have happened to me as a kid because like when I was a kid. Up until I was like 13 or 14, because like 14 was when I tried smoking weed for the first time. I was always like the anti-weed kid. Like I thought you were gross if you smoked weed. I think that's really funny to look back on. You know what I mean? And like sometimes I think I'm gross because I smoke weed now, so it's fine. Balances out. But like I feel like this is some shit that would have happened to me around the time I started smoking. So like. My buddies and I are smoking outside his house, and once we finish up, I put my bowl and my grinder in the bushes next to his car, or next to my car, so they don't stink up my car. We go inside and play video games. While we're playing, my friend's older brother, Daniel, maybe 22, he didn't know we were home, and when he hears us, he thinks that someone's robbing his house.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude, this is fucking wonderful. So he calls the cops. Because he thinks someone's robbing the fucking house, and they're in the basement just playing video games, none the wiser. He says, I go upstairs to get snacks, and I see a bunch of cops outside shining their flashlights, looking at me. I obviously freaked the fuck out because I think they smelled the weed and are now investigating. I go back downstairs and tell my buddies about the cops. They freak the fuck out as well. We're hiding in a closet for like 10 minutes until we realize this is fucking stupid, so I decided to go upstairs and see what's going on. Well, walking up the stairs, I see 3 cops with their guns drawn at me, yelling to get on the floor and show my hands. I'm at a 7, and then proceed to almost have a mental breakdown. I'm assuming that's like I'm fucking like a 7 out of 10, high as fuck. That's my assumption. That's the only...
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
I don't know if I needed to explain that, but in case, I just did.
You never know.
After the cops put me in handcuffs, or after the cops put handcuffs on me and start questioning me, Daniel says, wait, I know him. I think there's been a misunderstanding. We were hiding in the closet. Oh, wait. Hold up. The screenshot was taken weird, so I got it.
You swiped the wrong way.
I don't know. No. I went the right way. So, we're good. Everything's fine.
We're still done.
I think he says, wait, I think there's been a misunderstanding. After Daniel explains to the cops that he thought there was an intruder, he and the cops apologized and left. My buddies were still in the basement hiding in the closet while all this went down. They could hear all the yelling and thought I was going to jail. The whole time I was thinking the cops drove by and smelled weed, so they started poking around and found the bowl and grinder in the bushes and were looking for the owner of the weed. I 100% thought I was being handcuffed and arrested for 1 or 2 grams of weed. I 100% see myself doing 100% that. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I there's one story I have from when I was younger where I was dealing with the cops while I was high, and it was the most ridiculous thing in the world. Like, I was fucking with them. I always fuck with the cops whenever I get the chance because it's fun and, like, I can. Complexion-wise. I'm allowed to. That's fucked. So, my buddy, we were, like, chilling at his house. We had just smoked a good bit of weed, and the cops show up. And we're just chilling, listening to music, and, like, we smoked outside, so the house didn't smell like weed or anything. And the cops show up and they're like, hey, we're here because we got a noise complaint. Is there like a parent here? And we're like, no, it's just me, him, and his little sister. And his little sister is just chilling in the other room. And he was like, oh, is anyone watching her? We were like, no, she's like 12. She's fine. Like, we're just chilling in the living room watching or listening to music. Fucking, if she needs anything, she can vocalize it, you know? She can come out and do her own thing. She can make food. She's an adult.
Yeah.
And the cops were like, "Oh, all right." Later, we found out they were there for a different reason. I'm not going to talk about that, but it was fucked up. But we like the cops literally made us stand there and wait with them in the hallway until a parent got there. Like, it was ridiculous. And like his dad was at work, and so we had to wait for him to like be able to leave work to get there, and we're just standing in the hallway with these cops that are fucking dickheads. Like, they just look like complete assholes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, "Hey, would you tase me? I want to know what it feels like. Like, I'm really curious as to what it feels like to be tased. Will you do that?" And they were like, "No. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, I swear to God, I was just like, "Will you tase me? Like, I want to know what it feels like." And I do. I still do. It probably sucks. I have to imagine it sucks.
It does. It's kind of funny that you say that, because
when have you been tased? What?
I
feel like it's like you knew somebody that had one. I don't think it was cops that tased you. That's my guess.
I don't want to give out information because I don't want to get the person in trouble, so I'm going to keep it like bare minimum for
Vagueness is fine.
So I knew this one cop, and he was friends with one of my family members, and
I am on board for this story.
I asked him, I said, "Hey, does it hurt to get tased?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "How bad?" And he said, "Pretty bad." And I said, "Can I find out?" And at first he said no. And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because I'm not tasing you." And I was like, "Bro, literally just tase me. I just want to see what it feels like. You can just do one little shock. I know that you have a little trigger right there. Like, you can just go and he went like, so it wasn't too long, but bro, that shit like fucking stiffened my whole body.
Goddamn.
Yeah, like, it sends a complete shock through the whole body, and you're like, fuck.
I don't know much about electricity, so even finding and seeing the number isn't gonna mean shit, but I want to know how much electricity goes through a fucking taser.
How many volts? O'Reilly.
50,000 volts. That sounds like a lot.
Auto parts. That does sound like a lot.
It's also 3.6 milliamps, which is also, that I do actually kind of know is a lot, yeah. But, I mean, it's also, they're meant to incapacitate you.
Yeah, true.
Too bad they don't use them enough, you know?
Yeah.
I thought I grabbed my taser. Bitch. Shut the fuck up. So anyways, what do you got? What do you have on the table for us today, Dylan?
You know, I've got some pretty good freaking stories on board, my dude.
Oh, flip.
Actually,
I'm excited
it's just
to...
one story, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll probably add another story in there.
Yeah, like, we still have our own stories to tell later, and we've already been telling stories, so it's fine. You know what?
True.
We have a lot of space to fill, and like another episode to record after this. So true, like we gotta get the juices flowing in this episode, so that way the next one's even better, because this one's probably gonna suck a little bit. But that's fine.
So you're saying we have to masturbate in the car to get
yes.
the juice? Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Right now. All right, this podcast has gone off the rails. It's official.
I like how the sound wave is just spaced out.
The sound wave is wonderful. Oh my god, it's so funny. All right, so your story.
All right, so oh shit, the story that I saw was it was the first story out of everything that I read.
Oh man, that's the exact same way it worked out for me with the second episode that we're gonna record tonight. Love that feeling when you're just like, oh yeah, I struck gold immediately, yes. So
this person said, so last night I was invited to a party and the plan was to pregame at an acquaintance's house. I can't ever say that word correctly.
I believe at you in your general vicinity.
when I get to the pregame house, I only know 2 out of the 6 people, and I don't even know those 2 that well.
Ruh-roh.
Whatever, doesn't faze me at this point. That he or she's a bad bitch.
A bad bitch.
Material girl. That shit gets stuck in my head so much. Everything from TikTok.
Loving them tick dicks, huh? Oh, man. TikTok.
Oh, we gotta do bloopers once we get a lot more episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
Whew. Shit, I forgot where it was. Oh. After a while, we decided to start taking hits from the bong. I'm not a super stoner, but I've smoked
I
a
could
pot.
go for one of those.
Same. I've smoked pot a moderate amount of times, and I've never had a terrible reaction. So, I go to take my
Lucky?
hit. Right.
Fucking lucky, bro. Fuck you, storyteller, man. Well, not storyteller. Storyteller's cool guy, I guess, but...
There were so many times where I would, like, get in my car to have to drive home from my friend's house, because he, like, I couldn't stay over. But, like, I would stay as long as I could. But it was, like, when I, first started smoking, and I was like, this is bad. And I used to have, like, little anxiety attacks, like, in the car before I drove.
For anyone wondering what that crinkling sound is,
It's
don't
a
worry
donut.
about it. Yeah. I could go for a donut.
Donut.
So, story while I do other things over here.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
So I go to take my hit, and I take literally the biggest hit I've ever taken just on accident. Accident is the worst, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
I did that earlier because I was looking at how nice the weed was going through the bullhead, and I was like, ooh, but I wasn't paying attention to, like, how much it was filling up in the bong.
Oh, Lord.
And I went, and then I had to inhale, and I was like, shit.
Oh, dude, I did that last week. I literally burped up smoke. Like,
Oh, you
5
said
minutes
that
later,
to
it
me.
was so gross. It tasted so stale. It was like I had a smoke bubble in my stomach. Like,
The dirty bubble.
fucking yes, exactly. Fucking exactly. There's no marinara sauce on my laptop. It's really funny if anybody takes that statement as, like, legit. Like, I just spilled marinara sauce out of nowhere.
Well, we might as well just put some lasagna noodles on top.
Throw the whole thing in the oven
At about, what, like 350, 400?
for, like, 3 hours, and then, you know...
Lasagna's-
Pure Italiana, you know, the gabagool.
Where's the fucking gabagoo? Okay, so back to the story. So I go to take my... Oh, I already read that. Of course I start hacking up a storm, but there's another sensation that's new to me. I feel like there's something stuck in the back of my throat. Pause. And it's making me dry heave. Pause.
Oh, no.
I kind of meandered my way to the bathroom to save some face, but the gagging won't go away. At this point, the high hits me, and it hits me like a fucking train. I've never been so high so fast, and I start to panic because of how incredibly sick and high I feel around the people I barely know. At the beginning of the night, oh,
It's time for an anxiety attack.
at this point, I went to sit on the couch and chug some water. That's the stupidest idea, in my opinion. At least for me, my stomach, if I'm, like, really, really high and I start chugging water, that shit fucks up my stomach.
Yeah, you gotta, like, if you
gotta
want to drink it
sip in
fast,
moderation.
yeah, you gotta sip it quick, but you can't like chug that shit. You end up fucking
Right. Especially if you let a lot of air bubbles in the water bottle.
Oh god.
Damn.
I'm just thinking of like all the times I like woke up after a night of like heavy drinking and chugged water and immediately vomited everything from the night before. That's the worst.
Absolutely. I'm tired.
Good thing we have another episode to record after this one.
Hell yeah! The choking gagging sensation doesn't go away though. I'm pretty sure I was sitting on the couch, heaving like a cat with a hairball. I barely remember this part, but I'm pretty sure I got up and went to try to go throw up.
Down there.
In the bathroom. I lost my place, my bed.
You're good.
I don't think I managed that though, and just dry heaved more. Everyone else in the party seems completely fine, maybe a bit high, but nowhere the level I was. I end up back on the couch, and by this point, I know I'm so fucked up that there's no way I'll be able to get through the rest of the night, and I just need to leave. I'm somehow able to text a friend to come pick me up and manage to coherently explain where I am. I awkwardly explain to the host that I'm so fucked up after only one hit and only arriving to pregame like an hour prior. And that I need to leave, and my friend picks me up and brings me home soon after. Obviously, I never make it to the actual party. Anyways,
Damn.
I'm embarrassed on multiple levels and just feel so shitty about the whole situation.
Bro, that reminded me of two stories. There's one where I took one hit and was way higher than I should have been, but it was fine. And there's another one where I was not fine for way longer than I should have been. And so I'm going to tell that one real quick. Okay, so I'm going to sum it up because it is kind of a lengthy story, but I don't feel like telling the long version of it. So I was high for 3 days straight.
Damn.
That is, now when I tell you there is nothing fucking worse than being high for 3 days. Now, if you smoke weed and get high those 3 days and you're high every day, that's fine. I'm high every day of my life. That's okay. I got high once and was high for 3 days. Worst fucking experience of my entire existence.
That's
like, I've
fucking
had
nuts.
bad trips that were better than that.
Yikes. Yikes.
On like real psychedelics, you know what I mean? Like hard, heavy, fucking hitting acid type shit. Like I was so high on acid one time, I melted and became one with my couch, and I couldn't move for 3 straight hours. I sat a different time. I literally I sat down on my bed and was sitting in a chair inside of my head watching out of my own eyeballs. I've had crazy times.
What the fuck?
Being high for 3 days was worse than that. I promise you. Hands down. Worst fucking time ever. So,
Is it more because you couldn't really, control the length of it?
No. Dude, it's so mentally fucking draining.
Oh, yeah.
It absolutely mind fucks you. You are so... By day 2, I was literally at the start of day 3, I was like, if I wake up tomorrow and I still feel like this, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And I was dead serious. Jesus. I felt so fucking shit, dude. It was the worst. So I don't know if what I smoked was laced. I feel like there's a good possibility of that.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
But I had only smoked weed 2 times before this event. So this is my 3rd time ever smoking weed. Ever. And I'll never forget it. I was with 10 people, and between everybody, we smoked an ounce.
Damn.
At least that day. And my lightweight ass at 14 years old was partaking with motherfuckers that have been smoking for years. It'd basically be like if I right now tried smoking with myself at 14.
I wish I could do that.
That'd be wild. he would be a bitch, and I'd tell him to shut the fuck up and brush his teeth.
My fucking... I'd be staring at myself, and I'd be taking one full rip, and my younger self would be like, whoa.
Pretty much, yeah. We'd just sit there and, like, flex on ourselves for no reason, and then sit there, like, high out of our minds, not able to really communicate with them the rest of the time. It'd be fine.
They'll understand.
They'd probably... Right then and there, we would, like, no longer be high. Like, they'd be staring at us for long enough that they'd just be like, I don't ever want to smoke again. And then our futures would be changed and we wouldn't be smoking weed anymore.
Fuck.
We'd be like crack addicts. Instead, they were like, you know what? Nah, weed ain't doing it no more. I'm going to go try crack. Then we wouldn't be doing a podcast. I'd be selling this laptop and microphone for crack. And your car. We'd probably sell your car for crack. I don't know about that, though. We need a way to get the crack.
Yeah, that's fair. We got feet. Crackheads got feet, too.
We'll sell our feet for crack, too. All right, this episode's Feet for Crack. Oh, fuck. But yeah, no, so, like, we smoked so much fucking weed. This was the first time I ever forgot how to breathe because of how high I got. Mm-hmm. I was forced to, at one point, get up. I don't know why anybody made me do it by myself, but I was told to go walk around town by myself. Like, just go for a walk. I lived in the middle of nowhere, so, like, nobody was around town. It was fine. Right. So, like, it wasn't like there was a lot of people. It's not like I was in the middle of Rochester or, like, some major city, you know? But, like, I was higher than fuck. I don't remember a second of that walk. Like, I do remember that I took the walk. I remember a small part of the walk, which was, I remember getting to where I turned around and not remembering why I walked quite that far. Because I didn't need to. But I was just walking in a straight line, and I wasn't stopping. Like, that was the whole thing for me. And I was just like, I'm just going to go and keep going. And I was so fucking baked. I got back from that walk, sat down on the couch, and my mom had been texting me asking where the fuck I was and freaking out. And the people I was with, mind you, one of them, I was with one of my friends. Now, she was my age. She's 14. We were with her older sister, who was 20-something. And she was the one that had given a majority of the marijuana involved in this situation. Well, like her and her friends, really. So, not a good look on her to send me home baked out of my motherfucking mind.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, dude, I forgot. At one point, my cousin showed up. And he knew I smoked. But he had never seen me high before. So he walked in, saw me high, looked at me, turned and looked at my friend's sister, went, is he? And she looked, she was like, fuck, dude, I'm so sorry, and starts freaking out. He starts laughing his ass off, turns around, smacks me across the fucking face, hard as shit. I was like, oh, fuck! And, like, I literally, a solid minute later, I, like, threw up my hand to try and block it. That's how fucking high I was. No shit. And, like, I was fucking gone, bro. Like, And so, like I said, my mom was freaking out. And, like, I told her that because I was like, what do I do? How do I deal with this situation? I'm high. I don't know what to do.
Right.
And she was like, well, what's the issue? You've only been gone a couple hours. So, like, my mom knew where I was. She knew I was hanging out with them. But we all thought we had only been there for, like, 2 hours. Now, mind you, I went over there at, like, noon. Mm-hmm. It was, like, the middle of summer. So it's not like it was a big deal or anything. I didn't have school and all that shit, but whatever. So, wake up. Or, not wake up. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, dude. I'm stoned now. Fucking... My friend was like, well, what time is it? Why is she freaking out? I was like, yeah, no, we thought it was like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, it was 8 o'clock at night.
Damn.
But the sun was still up. Like, it was the middle of summer.
Oh,
So we barely could tell. Because the town's in the middle of fucking nowhere, so there's not a whole lot of fucking... It's an abysmal place.
So you gotta use the tree as an old clock.
Exactly.
You have to look at the shadows.
So, like, then we leave there, go back to her sister's apartment. They gave me saltine crackers, and fucking peanut butter to eat, so I could sober up a little bit. Didn't help. Went home, ate dinner. Didn't help. I'm fucking gone, dude. Went to sleep, woke up, went the whole next day high as fuck. Wake up the next morning, and I was like, fuck, dude, I can't. I fucking can't. I literally, I went to my friends later that day, and I was like, yo, because I literally had spent the whole second day just laying in bed doing absolutely fucking nothing. Mm-hmm. I don't remember that second day. The third day, I do remember, like, the middle of the day, my mom left. I got up and went over to their house, or their apartment, because it was right down the street. And I was like, yo, what the fuck can I do? I've been high for 3 days. I am in so much pain. Like, it literally, have you ever, like, done dabs consistently and, like, you start getting that pain in your forehead right here?
Yeah.
It was like that times 1,000 on day 3 because my whole brain was just fucking... It felt like it was being leached out of my forehead. It hurt so bad. Damn. I have been ranting about this for a minute now. I was like, I'm going to make this short, and it's been like 5 minutes. Whatever. Or 10. I don't know how long it's been. I'm really high and just kind of going. But yeah.
Be like that.
I honestly forgot we were even recording. That's where I'm at.
Where the problem, man?
But yeah, so yeah, that's my story. You gotta tell your high story. Yeah, because that was supposed to be a footnote story, and I made it long.
Wow, I'm stupid. I fucking blanked on mine. I have so many though.
Well, yeah, we're both pretty dumb, and we smoke a whole lot of marinara sauce.
I'll do a recent one, and I'll do like I'll do one in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Where it all started. This summer, get ready. What the fuck happened? Oh. So, my first time smoking...
In a world.
In a world. My first time smoking and, like, actually fully getting high, I was with one of my old friend's mom, but my friend was with me, obviously, but his mom smoked, and she had friends that had really good weed, and the first strain I ever smoked was Sour Diesel. And, bro, I took like 2 to 4 hits of that blunt. I was so fucked up.
Oh, blunts are a bad time when you're first starting out smoking weed.
Yeah.
They're always terrible when you first start smoking. Like, you gotta be into, like, smoking for a while before you smoke a blunt, really. Like, that, I really feel like that's true.
Yeah,
like, I did not fuck with blunts until I had been smoking for a good year or two.
Yeah,
but I also didn't really smoke a lot in the first couple of years I started smoking, so that, I mean...
I feel like you really gotta get used to, like, how hard it hits the back of your throat. Pause.
Yeah. There was a quote I heard the other day that was, like, the difference between a joint and a blunt. A joint is like a blowjob at camp. It's like, hey, see you next year. A blunt is like a blowjob in prison. You're like,
see you tomorrow, bitch.
Oh, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. And it's brown and it hurts the back of your throat. I feel like that's a really good comparison. I think it was Bert Kreischer that said that. I love that.
I thought you said burnt crystals.
Bert Chrysler. Bert Crystals. Or Brent Crystals. That's what it was.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. So, one of my most recent stories... Oh, no. I forgot that I have to add on to that last story. So, that night that we smoked, I was having a fucking blast. I was like, whoa, this is the highest I've ever been, because this is my first time smoking, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, so, I'm just vibing. Honestly, I was having a fucking time.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then I get dropped off at home, and then I start doing my homework, and I'm like trying to like focus on my homework because I didn't put in eye drops because nobody had eye drops. And so I'm just staring at my homework, and I'm writing, like I'm doing the work, but my mom had to have like smelled it on me or something, or like maybe I looked her in the eyes at some point, but
That's the worst.
yeah. And then it was like, I think it was like 2 hours of just an argument, and then I went down to my room.
It sucks arguing when you're fucking stoned, dude. It's the worst. You're like, man, no, I'm not high anymore.
Right.
By the end of it, you're like, fuck, that just ruined all of it.
I hate getting scared when I'm stoned.
Same.
Because then all the adrenaline rushes, and then the high's just completely gone. At least for me.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot, too. That's why I won't play horror games when I'm stoned.
That's a good idea.
Dude, there was actually,
Sorry.
there you're good. There was one time I actually was playing this, like, survival horror game a lot, and, I would play it at night when my girlfriend at the time was asleep, so I'd play it with my headset on in the dark, and I'd be playing this game, and I got to a point where, like, I'd be so high and playing this game, I'd be super paranoid and, like, freak out, and, like, I had to stop playing it. Like, I honestly, I haven't really played it much since. I think I played it, like, twice, because I would just get, like, super stoned and paranoid, like, just get freaked the fuck out. It was a bad time.
I freaked out the first, like, not the first time, but like the second and third time I freaked out, and then I was like, alright, I don't want to smoke anymore for a little bit. And I think I waited till I was like 18 or 19, no, 18, to like fully start smoking, because that was my first semester of college.
I remember that. When you were always coming around like, yeah, no, I'm gonna quit smoking weed, and then you'd sit around and smoke a bunch of weed with us. And then you'd leave.
Well,
We've all done it.
I wanted to.
It's the
For
way to
some
get free
reason-
weed.
Yeah.
It really is, because you tell everybody you're trying to quit, and then you're like, I could smoke a bowl with you, because they offer. You're like, no, I'm
True.
trying to like quit right now, but fuck it, whatever, you know.
Now everybody knows the secret.
Never trust a motherfucker that says he's trying to quit smoking weed.
Weed hacks 101.
Unless they're being like serious about it, then you know, leave them alone. But fucking, do you have you got anything else to add to this episode?
I honestly don't even remember what we were just talking about, so I don't think so.
All right, well, that's where we're gonna cut her off there. See you later, friends. Don't make
love you
sure to
guys.
tell people about us.
I hope you guys find your dads.
Me too. They're out there somewhere.
Yes, they are.
They're hiding in bushes doing who knows God what.
They're in the trees.
They're fucking dads.